Today is January 2nd, 2026. It is 5:35 a.m. So I have enough work to edit for you guys, but I saw some stuff that were popping up on my timeline and I decided let me share them with you. All right, and there's some stuff regarding AJ. I don't know if I will share them because they're kind of old, and knowing what had happened to his friends, I don't know if I'm gonna share them because I was putting them off for me to share with you over the weekend. So with the accident and things that happened, I don't think I want to share them anymore. And I've came across a video which I will not be sharing, but this is probably the only time I'll be talking about it, where someone had recorded the two caskets that were, I don't know if they were leaving Nigeria or going to boarding up the plane, or they arrived from Nigeria into the UK. But it was in a, like a, how do you call this? Like a, it sort of looked like a warehouse, or perhaps where baggages are put before they board a plane or something like that. I do not know. It was an enclosed, well, it was dark, so I don't know if it was outside or indoor, but the two caskets were coming in. So I will not be showing this. I saw it. It's in my mind. I do not want to talk about that. So I had a lot of tweets to share with you about AJ. So that was before they are here. That was before the accident. Now that the accident happened and people are in a different mood, I don't think I'll be sharing them anymore. Heartbreaking, keeping Anthony. Okay, so that's probably talking about, yeah, let's leave those alone. But I'll keep those, the list here, just in case if later on I have a different mindset. So I'll be sharing this tweet with you. All right, so let's go to X. We are on X, and I believe this is the tweet, right? Let me make sure. May those families, including AJ, I don't know, what can you say about this? Because they were healthy young men doing things, positive stuff, and things happen. May they rest in peace, and those families, including AJ, find a way to bring peace to their heart. And I think at some point, AJ probably gonna need some psychologist to help him because, well, I don't know. Okay, I do not know how he's taking it, but I believe those two young men who died are part of his team to get him where he's at. I think one of them is a coach for conditioning, and I don't know what the other one was. And they travel with him, and the videos that were coming out when they go different countries and stuff like that, it was all positive. So that's gonna affect him. I don't know if he will ever fight again, knowing that those two people who help him get where he's at. Again, I do not know the full history of them, but I know a little bit from what I've read. So may he find peace, and I don't know. I really don't know. The families, definitely, my condolences to them, including AJ. But AJ personally, when it comes to himself, I don't know. What do you say to someone like that who faced this thing? I don't know. I don't know. My condolences to him, and may he find peace, mental peace with that. I don't know. This is hard. This is very, very hard. Usually I have something to say, but on this aspect, I really don't know. The only thing I could do is package his pain and give it to God, and may God find a way to center him again. I don't know. All right, so this is the first tweet. To the Sussex Squad stepping into 2026, thank you for showing up, engaging, fact-checking, and protecting the truth. Soft life, high standards, same clarity, same energy. I think I responded to him. I was like, oh, with his suit. There he is here. Oh, hello, distinguished gentlemen, Mr. JTB, looking very sharp. Happy New Year, health, safety, and continue calling BS out. Okay, so let's listen to him. 1 minute and 35 seconds, screenshot.
Happy New Year, everyone, and a very special Happy New Year to the Sussex Squad. Obviously, I recorded this last night. As we step into 2026, I just want to say this from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the love. And thank you for making this community what it is. Thank you to everyone who shows up with facts, with receipts, with empathy, and with backbone. Thank you for refusing to let the lies run unchecked. Thank you for standing 10 toes down for Meghan and for Harry when it would be easier to just scroll past.
Yeah.
This community has never been about noise for the sake of noise. It's about clarity. It's about calling things what they are. It's about protecting a woman who dared to live out loud, love freely, and choose herself. And the way you all keep the truth circulating? Powerful. So, as we close out this chapter and open a brand new one, let's keep choosing softness without weakness, luxury without apology, peace over chaos, joy over discourse that leads nowhere. Let them stay pressed while we stay moisturized, aligned, and booked with better things. Here's to 2026 filled with abundance, love that feels safe, faith that feels grounding, and lives that feel beautifully intentional. Same light, same truth, same unbothered energy. Cheers to the new year. And that's the read. This is the notorious JTB, notoriously opinionated, signing out.
Okay, so I read mine. 2026, Happy New Year. Okay, Happy New Year, my brother. Thank you for being there for Harry and Meghan. May 2026 rise softly over your life, offering peace to your mind, strength to your body, and the quiet bravery to live as your truest self. 2026, a lot of Happy New Year. All right, let's go to the next one. This video is not gonna be too long, okay? And I've already talked a lot already from the beginning. Next tweet. So some squaddies are still talking about this piece where they try to compare Meghan with P. Diddy. Okay, the unhinged and disproportionate jealous hatred of Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, which has triggered many to declare their support of her and their understanding that she has been slandered. This account of over 500,000 followers says, quote, "There will be no Meghan Markle slander accepted here." Okay, like I've said in some past videos that I highlighted, I think this is the third time I'm highlighting this piece here, is that many whatever they were trying, I think the term that I use, preemptive, they were trying to preemptive whatever positive thing Meghan has coming up for 2026. They were trying to corrupt some mind, okay, corrupting them, comparing her with P. Diddy, the same way the UK had tried to compare Harry with Prince Andrew. So the moment that hit the US, people start talking. And this is the negative things that the UK failed to do the moment they started to hate on Meghan. Even if they didn't know, but at least somebody with position of, it may not even be of power, position where they could spread information, could have stand up and said no. Okay, this is not, I'm gonna take away, with the exception of the female MPs, and that came out later. That was later on, but from the beginning, okay. And byline, I'm gonna remove byline and the female MPs, but these have come later on. But from the beginning, when the tabloids starting to bad-mouthing Meghan, people of position of information did not stand up to push back against the narrative that they were trying to paint her. That's the problem. The moment it passed on to the US, people stood up. Okay? Alright, so you could read this. I'm probably gonna go on IG. Let me go look for this. Okay, still revise. There will be no Meghan slander accepted here. Meghan Markle. Alright, let me pause, go on IG and look for it. And maybe I could read some of the comment under it. Okay, so there it is here. I'm gonna search for it. I'm gonna follow it. Okay. Where did they put it? further down. Let me go search for, oh, there it is, right here. Okay, still we rise. There will be no Meghan slander accepted here. Okay, I guess the answer hate gem. Okay, goes to show how people will pretzel themselves in order to avoid accepting a majority ethnic woman in a position of power. Okay, was the list created by Piers Morgan? That's the rolling eye. Where no woman is good enough and no man is bad enough. Okay, we aren't doing this. Diddy can burn in hell. Meghan is fine. Okay, I will never understand why people hate her so much. I think she's absolutely lovely. Alright, Team Meghan here. I really wish people will stop projecting their insecurities and self-loathing toward her. Okay, I'm Team Meghan forever. Okay, then there's just something about her. Meanwhile, we put a narcissistic predator felon in the White House, and Combs beat the shit out of his girlfriend and trafficked girls. But yeah, Meghan is definitely the issue. Okay, if you're still hating Meghan Markle in 2025, you reek of racism. Okay, I don't understand why she is so disliked. I find her charming. Okay, we love Meghan. I love Meghan. What in the fresh hell? Okay, I have no feeling for her, but I have extremely loathing for Didi. All right, so is there more? All right, so you could go and read some more. Okay, I just wanted to see some of the comments here. This one said, this is so ridiculous. Fuck the patriarchy and the monarchy. We adore you, Meghan. All right. So I'm glad they stood up for her, and I hope she could go and read some of these. Okay. Not in the U.S. The nonsense that you see happen here, that's happening in the U.S., well, I don't want to go into politics. There was something that happened in the election that made the outcome to be that way. Let me leave it as that. Now, go back to X. Okay, so I read some of the comments under that. Okay, there's this. Will always be Team Meghan. There's that. Okay, this woman has done nothing but marry a prince and bake pies. There is absolutely no way she should rank higher on a list like that than a murderous abuser. All right, so there's that. Okay, let's see some of the comment on X. Okay, there was another account with like over 100,000 followers that stood up for Meghan and trashed that poll. That post got over 1,600 likes. I wish I took a screenshot. It's just proof the general public sees through the full outrage and are tired of it. Okay, one thing I won't be doing this year is responding to Derangers. I've already blocked the likes of Angela Levine et al. Let me pause this. Oh, no. I already have issues seeing those texts. There's some thing going on with the text on Twitter I cannot see, but pause this and read. It's too much. All right, we are laughing. Nobody is jealous of that. Okay, so there's the Derangers here, and it has 2 comments. So let me just block this and move on. Next one. So this one, I think I shared it on one of my videos already. I love them. The best thing Prince Harry ever did for himself and his wife Meghan was leaving, telling her, quote, pack your bags, we are leaving, end quote, and choosing all out when they were told it's all in or all out. I'm 100% sure the leftovers regret that today. Dumb clowns. Okay. This one has the music and is only showing the same thing. Okay. Oops. Okay, muted. Okay, it's playing the same thing. What I want to do is focus on my response because they responded back to it. Okay, small correction. It was William who wanted Harry to be all out. Harry and Meghan both wanted to stay. The printer debacle, remember? So we need to thank William for the all out. Harry and Meghan made the best of the decision William made for them. What I want to do is focus on my response because they responded back to it. Okay, small correction. It was William who wanted Harry to be all out.
Blindsided the Queen.
I've never blindsided my grandmother. I have too much respect for her.
Harry describes a strained relationship with the British press and members of the royal family, including his father, who he says at one point wouldn't pick up his calls. As for his relationship with Prince William,
the relationship is space.
Harry and Meghan both wanted to stay.
So in conclusion, if you'd had the support, you'd still be there?
Without question.
Yeah.
I'm sad that what's happened has happened, but I know and I'm comfortable knowing that we did everything that we could to make it work, and we did everything on the exit process the way that it should have been
with
done.
With as much respect.
Respect.
Oh my God, we just did everything we could to protect them.
The Puente debacle, remember?
Began to address Granny about the 5 options. Your Majesty, you've seen the 5 options? Yes, she said. We all had. They'd been emailed to us. 5 different ways of proceeding. Option 1 was continuance of the status quo. Meg and I don't leave. Everyone tries to go back to normal. Option 5 was full severance. No royal role, no working for Granny, and total loss of security. Option 3 was somewhere in between. A compromise, closest to what we'd originally proposed. I told everyone assembled that, above all, I was desperate to keep security. That was what worried me most, my family's physical safety. I wanted to prevent a repeat of history, another untimely death, like the one that had rocked this family to its core 23 years earlier, and from which we were still trying to recover. I'd consulted with several palace veterans, people who knew the inner workings of the monarchy and its history, and they all said option 3 was best for all parties. Meg and I living elsewhere part of the year, continuing our work, retaining security, returning to Britain for charities, ceremonies, events. Sensible solution, these palace veterans said, and eminently doable. But the family, of course, pushed me to take option 1. Barring that, they would only accept option 5. We discussed the 5 options for nearly an hour. At last, the bee got up and went round the table, handing out a draft of a statement the palace would soon be releasing, announcing implementation of option 5. Wait, I'm confused. You've already drafted a statement? Before any discussion? Announcing option 5? In other words, the fix was in this whole time? This summit was just for show? No answer.
So we need to thank William for the all out.
Have been, as we know, is that the Mail on Sunday had the ruling against them in February, and they were then appealing it. So it was lawyers from the Mail on Sunday who would have approached Jason Naff, knowing that these emails and messages existed. That would have been the point, and unless, I mean, the most likely outcome is that Jason obviously would have then gone to William and Kate, and clearly he has cooperated. He would not have cooperated with those lawyers without their definite knowledge. He would not have cooperated with those lawyers without their definite knowledge.
Harry and Meghan made the best of the decision William made for them. Okay, so that's what I responded, and I highlight this. And she responded, Simon Case drafted what they told him to draft, and of course, William wanted that. However, I remember that Prince Harry said in an interview that they told him that, and he mentioned the Queen. All right, so there's me here responding again. Yes, 100%. It was William who kicked him out, and it seems like everyone else were in agreement.
Wait, I'm confused. You've already drafted a statement? Before any discussion? Announcing option 5? In other words, the fix was in this whole time? This summit was just for show? No answer.
Simon's draft document were in a way to make it clear to Harry that it's concretely clear that Harry was not a working royal anymore. Harry had to agree and leave. Both Harry and Meghan wanted to stay, or interview and court documents.
So in conclusion, if you'd had the support, you'd still be there?
Without question.
Yeah.
I'm sad that what's happened has happened.
Okay, I have the whole interview where both of them were saying they wanted to stay and how they wanted the exit to be well documented and things like that.
But I know, and I'm comfortable knowing that we did everything that we could to make it work, and we did everything on the exit process the way that it should have been
with
done.
With as much respect.
With as much respect.
Oh my God, we just did everything we could to protect them.
All right, so there's one more response. More fools, Berkshire Willie and the royal family. We might not have noticed how damn lazy the Wells are if Harry and Meghan were still around carrying their lazy asses. I liked it, and that was that. Okay, that's the only reason I came back to this, because they have responded. All right, next tweet. I have 2 more after this, and I have a lot to edit because I didn't edit whatever I recorded yesterday. All right. What in the F? No one wants to dress like their grandma, unless you're Kate Middleton, I guess. That's from Hello Magazine. Your grandma's signatures accessory is making a comeback this season, and it's very easy to style. When I look at videos coming from the UK, news or the media, and I'm looking at some of their dresses, many of them dress like grandmas, except for one, which I actually highlighted, where this guy, his shirt was open, and I was like, my goodness, he knew he was coming on TV, and he dressed like that, like a trash. I could understand he may not want to wear tie, but at least button the shirt. And then in that same video, there's another commentator, the woman, her shirt was open, whatever, like a vest, and you could see all inside her, between her boobs and things like that. I sort of pointed out in that video. But majority of all the other women who dress in the UK, I'm not saying everybody, but some of them, a good portion of them, they're dressing like grandma. I think this is the kind of thing they want people to, I don't know. I really don't know what's going on. It's happening in the US too. Okay, airbrush to the max. Yes, I noticed that too. There's the laugh here. The royal propagandists want us to believe the old cow is a transcender. They will do and say anything to make fetch happen with that lady. I'm a grandma and won't wear anything she wears. There's that. I still wear DMs. So much Photoshop that she looks like AI. The style she is being pushed to influence went out of style for a reason. This is hysterical. Yeah, they're trying to do that thing, but it's not happening. I hope people's common sense come into play when these people trying to destroy their mind. All right, next tweet. I think I put this only because of some of the comments I started reading. Let's hope this weirdo learns how to use makeup in 2026 and how to dress better. Then maybe it won't be so funny when she talks about fashion. That's the laugh here. This shirt is hideous. It looks like a plastic tablecloth. What are they talking about? Okay, new do's and don'ts of royal fashion. So this one is a check-in and don'ts for Meghan. Oh my God, I remember when Meghan came out, it made noise. Okay, it was during the polo match. I think that was the last polo match for Santa Bali that took place in Florida. Oh my God, this is... Yeah, many of these people, they're probably paying them to... oh my God. I'm just sharing with you, and I want to read the comment. The tablecloth. Free shipping. The squad or something. The squad are freaking petty. Another basement trolls. She doesn't have a big royal library, let alone for file cabinet, 16 drawers of clipped files covering UK Euro royalty since the late 1800s, or a large postcard photographs collection. Oh wait, that's me. That's one comment here. Okay, I cannot see it. I'm not holding my breath on that. She's not very fashionable, and she treats criticism like it's a radioactive. At this point, her black button deserves hazard pay. But I do have a tiara. Let's hope she moves out of her mom's basement and get her receded gums fixed. Anyone who will prefer that outfit of Wiggins to Meghan's white outfit is tapped in the head. And yes, her shirt is hideous. Alright, so there's that. This is my last one, okay? This, I don't know if it's the same one, but someone shared that, and I have the original, well, not original, when it first came out, where he was calling for for Harry to come back. Cool. All right, so let's see here. Oh, this is very interesting. A royal photographer admitting that the palace repeatedly denied them the chance to meet Meghan and that the bad news she started receiving was a mistake. Yes, Harry and Meghan were the price that the firm fumbled just to pop up lackluster air. All right. Yeah, they knew. That was when Harry first left. Harry and Meghan first left, and they wanted him to come back. The queens need you. This and that need you. William cannot do it all by himself. My goodness, with all these other royals and they're pinning everything on Harry? Jeez, let's listen. Oops.
Were you able to form any sort of relationship with Meghan when she came on the scene? Was there awareness of, you know, her job, her duty, and the role you guys had to play as photographers?
You know what I like about this? When Meghan first moved to the UK, and I think Harry told her to not give interview to them. Okay? And I think Harry knows these people very well.
They don't report the news, they create it. And they've successfully turned fact-based news into opinion-based gossip with devastating consequences for the country. So I know the story all too well.
And I think Harry knows these people very well.
So I know the story all too well. I lost my mother to this self-manufactured rabidness, and obviously I'm determined not to lose the mother to my children to the same thing.
All right. I hope this is the part where he's saying where they wanted to make interviews and it never happened.
The first year I thought she was sensational. I did lots of trips with her. I went to Morocco and I went to all around the Britain, Ireland, and she was great. But 4 times I asked the palace, or maybe 3 times I asked the palace if we, as a media group, could meet Meghan, and it never happened. And I think if we had met her and if she'd have met us, things might have been different. You know, you might see that we're human and she's human. Unfortunately, she did get some bad press, and that was a mistake. But you know, we asked for forgiveness and please come back, because you know, this is a great country and the royal family are very important to us all.
Were you able to form...
Okay, so that was the part. That poor man, he has no brain. He's the one Prince Philip tricked by shutting him up in a box for his funeral, and he was thankful for it. That is true. I remember that. This guy, Prince Philip, had his number. He had Edward confined to a box at his funeral. At his funeral, and he was still fully grateful for it. Harry and Meghan only put him in a different kind of box for Royal Wedding 2018. All right. She retweeted herself back in 2024. They knew, the suit knew her potential power will overshadow Wank, William and Kate. They tried to bury her. They tried to bury her, but boy, did she rise. I don't remember anyone asking Meghan for forgiveness. Are they begging them to come back? Yeah, that's all. Let me see if somebody mentioned it. Not if they have any sense. All right. All right, okay, so that's that. When was this interview? I thought Iman and his ex no longer work together. Let's see if they put the date. Okay, yeah, this is all not recent at all. Okay, so that's that. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. All right, so the rest that I have is about AJ. I don't think I want to share them, okay? I had left them for me to record like today, but with the accident that happened, I don't feel comfortable to show some of the laughter and the casket coming in. I saw it, but I don't want to share it. Okay, so may this year be a better year for everybody. Health, safety, prosperity. May all of us be able to have the basics: food, shelter, clothing, and love. Okay, so that's it. Thank you for watching.
Wanaka. It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life.
You are all in this together. And if I may speak personally, we are all in this together. Because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better